Start with Lila.
Hey Nick, how are you?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Thank you for joining us. You played a big role for the team in your freshman season. What have you, worked on and improve on as you kind of take, that leap to your sophomore season?
Just everything overall. Learning how to, pay attention to detail. At the end of the day, it's the little things that are gonna get you from being good to that elite level that people aspire to be. So, just focusing on the little things. Fine tuning the things, just the basics of being a defensive back. My pedal, my brake, stance, footwork, and just being more of a student of the game, studying the game more, and not relying so much on my athletic ability to get me through downs and everything, but actually understanding and studying the game so that I can put myself in a better position to help my team.
And just kind of as a follow-up to that, what do you think is the biggest point for the defensive back group to, improve on not allowing as many, as many passing yards as you guys did last season?
Just of everyone being on the same page. We have a very talented room this year. From freshmen to seniors, we have talent across the board. We're bigger, faster, stronger. So, just to be on the same page, communication is key. Just to have a strong knit unit, a tight brotherhood, and a tight core, so that we stay together through the ups and downs, and just enjoy each other's company and have fun competing together.
Thank you.
We'll go to Emily.
Hey, Nick. When you're a freshman who starts last year and some other guys too, what do you gain from that? Kind of being thrown into the fire pretty early on.
Just experience. It's pretty cool experience to be able to go out there and live out your dream to be able to play college football. But just in-game experience, getting to get used to the speed of the game at a young age, so that it's not a shock the later in your career you get on the field. So the earlier you get on the field, the earlier you can get your feet wet. The smoother the transition will be from year to year, so that you're able to continue to make leaps and bounds as the player you want to be, and continue to grow as a player and be able to help others who come in aspiring to play early, and you can provide your experience for them and just be a mentor to them.
What are the things in game that just can't be replicated in practice or scrimmages? I know you mentioned the speed, but what else is there?
Just the environment. You go play in front of 90,000, 100,000 people. You can't replicate that in practice. The speed between plays is different, and the overall tempo of the game. It's very different than sometimes practice. I know that we try to replicate it as much as we can in practice, but there's some things. The adrenaline rush that you get will help you. It causes you to think faster. Move faster than what is happens in practice, but I believe that, just the in total game day environment is something you can't replicate. It's a fun environment, it's a hostile environment wherever you go. So those are some things that, playing as a freshman, you get to experience, so that when you get out there, second year, third year, it's not a shock to you. You just go out there and go play.
Alex Dacey.
Hey, Nick. Thanks for doing this. So I know at the safety position, at least, you guys lost Antoine Brooks, to graduation last year. And so now you're sort of like the incumbent leader, I guess, of that group. So how are you sort of taking these new these new freshmen and these new transfers sort of under your wing and guiding them at that position?
Just I've been talking to them since they first decided they were coming to Maryland, before they even stepped foot on campus. So just developing that relationship with them, and trying to just build that bond. Always telling them that whatever they need, on the field, off the field, they can ask me for it, and they can just hit me up about anything. Just not just on the field stuff, but off the field stuff as well. And just trying to build that trust and that relationship with them, and just sharing my experiences with them from last year. Last year I was a freshman, so it was only a year removed from what they're going through right now. So, just sharing my experiences with them, and when things get hard for them, and they have bad days, just try to pick them up and tell them that, hey, I went through it last year. It's the same thing. Just keep playing, and you'll be fine.
We'll go to Heather McDonough.
Hey, Nick. I just asked this same question to Marcus. It's just been obviously such a wild ride with everything, with thinking you were playing and then not playing and playing again. And as you're watching all these other teams play in certain conferences and just now knowing that your season opener is 10 days away, like, is there even a way, or can you attempt to put into words what the emotions are like knowing that your season opener is now on the horizon?
It's it's an exciting experience, an exciting time, to be able to have to constantly stop and start, it's definitely taxing, but to finally know that, this target is set, October 24th is a set date and there's no going back from that. It's definitely exciting to be able to do that and, go out there and compete. We've been waiting for this since last November when we, left the field at Michigan State. So, just to finally be able to know that there's just no uncertainty about going out there to play and that this is actually set. It's, can't put into words how excited, myself and the entire team is, the coaching staff, everyone is just to go out there and go compete and finally, see what the Terps are made of this year.
Thank you.
We'll go to Varun Shankar.
Hey, Nick. How do you think tackling is going to be impacted by the lack of practice time this year?
It shouldn't be impacted at all. Tackling is one of those things that, Coach Hoke says requires zero talent. It's just, effort thing, just going out there, getting the right angles, keeping the right leverage, and, near leg, near shoulder, as he likes to call it, and just, just going out there and making tackles and getting the guys on the ground. We've been able to scrimmage and, the way we practice has really prepared us. Coach Loxley, and Coach Hoke and all the coaches emphasize, just wrapping up the ball carrier and making sure that we don't allow leaky yardage or anything like that. So I don't think, it'll be affected at all. We've been practicing hard. We've been, doing what Coach Hoke and Coach Loxley told us to do. So, I believe that we will be fine.
Alif Kareem.
Hey, Nick, thanks a lot for doing this. Kind of going off of what you had mentioned earlier about working with the young guys, has it been difficult to build that relationship because of all the COVID restrictions and the lack of time you guys have had together?
Not necessarily. We were there together in the winter. Some of them came in the winter, so, able to start building those relationships then. Kids came in the summer and, we lived together. So, every day you're spending time with each other, eating meals together, on the field together, in the locker room together. So, we text each other all the time. So there's no, loss of time due to COVID. If anything, COVID actually brought us together even more because, it taught us not to take time for granted, not to take people for granted because, we all thought that, this is going to be normal. But, with the amount of time that we lost, due to the coronavirus, shows we got to take advantage of all the time to get to know our teammates and everything and just to build those relationships. And I think that it's made our bonds even stronger.
Dave Preston.
Good morning, Nick. Last year, you made 5 starts, appeared in 12 games for this team. Where do you feel the breakdowns were defensively? You guys have had 10, 11 months to kind of look at what happened in 2019. What went wrong last year? And I guess what gives you confidence that things will be much better this fall? Where do you see progress on that side of the ball?
I think that, overall, every position where, more experience, team, been more experience. We had a lot of young guys play last year. So, the experience, we're a lot more, we're bigger, faster, stronger than we were last year. And I think that, just that our relentless mindset has been something that the coaches have emphasized this year. And, just running to the ball, giving relentless effort and maximum effort and just going out there and having fun and knowing your assignment and playing fast. I think that, Coach Hoke emphasizes not giving up big plays and just, living to see the next down. So I believe that, that's been the primary focus of this year and the primary emphasis. So I believe that, this year, we're a tight-knit group. We're more athletic this year. And I think that, we'll, have a good time playing together with each other.
Thank you.
Ed Lee.
Nick, I don't know how often the first defense goes against the first offense, but have you seen anything from this offensive line that returned several pieces but also lost some veteran leadership from last year?
It's a good group across the board. Brought in a lot of new guys. They came in and soaked up, the playbook like a sponge. They came here ready to work. And, the veterans provided a lot of leadership and a lot of, just big brother mentorship. And, it definitely shows because, their online looks clean, they're faster, they're coming off the ball, striking and everything like that. So, it looks really good, and I'm proud to be able to compete against them every single day, and continue to get better by competing against them and also trying to make them better.
In practice, what's the biggest difference about this offensive line this year versus compared to last year?
I think just the constant work, it's consistency, trying to continue to get better, more experience on the offensive line, so naturally you're going to be better than you were last year with more experience. So just seeing that and, seeing guys from last year, continue to get better and everything, it's definitely fun to see.
Thank you.
We'll go to Michael Ferrara.
Hey, Nick, like you were saying earlier, you started as a freshman. If you could share with us, who was a veteran last year that kind of made a big impact on you, that helped you out? And then for an individual goal, what's the biggest thing that you've tried to work on through this whole process this offseason?
I would say veterans that helped me last year, Antoine Richardson, when he was down, he helped me kind of, get the playbook together. He watched film with me during camp and everything and just show me where I did wrong and what I could do to improve. And also Keandre Jones, he was very, motivational. He's an inspiration to all, but, he definitely, would sit down and we talk about, just coming in as a young guy, trying to play and everything. And he just, would encourage me every day to continue to get better and, continue to give maximum effort and just go out there and play. What was your other question about why, what I did this year? Just, attention to detail, studying more film, working on my technique and my footwork and everything. And, just going out there and, trying to get better every single day at different aspects of my game, just going out there, giving maximum effort and, just making sure to know that I need to work, continue to get better to get to where I want to be.
And then I asked this to Marcus also. How excited are you to have your first two games kind of like a Friday under the lights?
It's an exciting experience, to be able to go out there and play under the lights. Those are the games we dreamed about playing in as a kid. So to finally be able to go out there and do it, 2 consecutive weeks in a row, it's definitely exciting. And, it's an enjoyable experience and definitely something that, need to be able to soak up and live in the moment and just go out there and execute and have fun.
Thank you.
Jacob Steinberg, please unmute.
Hey, Nick, how are you? So you talked about earlier the importance of getting a lot of playing time and how valuable that was for you. Losing some of the big defensive leaders you guys had from last year in Keandre and Antoine Brooks, do you feel like you need to step up into more of a leadership role defensively this year?
Yeah, I think, just being more vocal, on my back end, making calls and just making sure that, just play with confidence and be able to, help my teammates, be able to play faster and know their assignments and everything. And just, overall, just, leading by example, showing up to work every day. We work hard and everything and, taking guys under my wing and making sure that they know how to do what they do and how to do what they do and, and just to be good players on and off the field.
All right, for our last one, we'll go to Lila.
How cool has it been for you, and just what has it meant for you to see, guys like, Darnell Savage and J.C. Jackson, as defensive backs that are having, a big impact for their teams in the NFL right now?
It means a lot, to see that, someone from the school that I'm at, can do it. Darnell Savage is one that I look up to a lot, played the same position, had great success here as a Terp and, now it's showing he has great success in the NFL. So just, picking his brain, trying to ask him questions when I can, just, asking coaches who were here when he was here, how he went about doing things and all that, just so that I gain, whatever edge and advantage I can in enhancing my game. And, in the end, being able to help my teammates enhance theirs as well. And, JC is a great player. I remember coming to watch him when I was a high school recruit. So, it's good to see that they're out there competing and doing really well and, playing on the highest level and playing at a high level on the highest level. So, it's great to see that.